Yep, 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 yep. Let's go. Yes, indeed. Let's go. All right. So we are obviously dealing with this mess. It is no other way to call it. It's no other way to see it. This is a mess. But I'm gonna talk about it different than a lot of people. You know. You know me. I'm gonna keep it real. I ain't gonna fake. I'm not built that way. I know how popular Zack Martin is. It's, you know, when you have opinions that might be against what's popular, you take a risk. But I'm the right one. I'm the one. I'm the one that's willing to do it. I ain't got no fear for that. I don't work for nobody. I work for myself. I'm boss of myself. You know what I mean? So when you boss of yourself, you can speak your mind. And I definitely speak my mind. So I got some opinions on this. Some of it might shock you. Some of it be right in line on what some of y'all thinking. But it's definitely not popular. But one thing I'm also gonna do as I talk about this, I'm gonna be consistent. That's the most important thing you gonna get out of Boss Cowboy Sports is consistent. I'm gonna be very consistent across all the boards. So y'all just sit back, relax. We gonna talk about this on why the Dallas Cowboys front office must hold the line against Zack Martin. This is so weird, but let's go. Let's go. Come on. Y'all get up in here. Come on in. We gonna talk about this today. Yes. And your boy Boss Cowboy. Your boy's back. Yup. He's back speaking his mind. Cause he with it. We gonna do it. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. My boy Common Sense say you live. Let's go. Yeah, I'm back live, baby. Back on it. Break time is over. It's time to work. Y'all know my audio sound different. I'm gonna fix all that. Hey, it's technical, but hey, y'all stay with me. It's still worth it. Hang out. I'm back. Let's go. Let's go. Michael Lawhart, I see you. Queen, I see you in the building. Come on, y'all. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Right, let me turn my volume up, then we gonna talk. Alright, here we go. Alright, here we go. Let's get it. Let's get right into it. Alright. Whoo-wee. Yeah. So yeah, everything is a little bit different. I know I sound a little bit different. I gotta fix some stuff. I have some issues going on, but I'm gonna fix it. But I'm gonna call it like I said. Y'all already know how I rock. I'm gonna call it like I said, and I speak my mind. Y'all know that. Y'all should know that. Alright, but my boy Mike said, boss, calling Zack Martin's bluff. I agree. That's exactly what we should do. That's exactly what we should do. So I'm gonna talk about this from a different perspective because it's not popular what I'm getting ready to say. So the Dallas Cowboys front office must hold the line against Zack Martin. So y'all hear me out. So I'm gonna explain all my reasons why that I believe they need to hold the line on this. So number one, the first reason is precedent. The Dallas Cowboys front office have to be very conscious of setting a new precedent. Okay. Does Zack Martin deserve more money? Yep. But has this even happened before? Y'all tell me. When has any Dallas Cowboy player gotten a contract and came back to the table to force another one? Let me ask y'all this. What Dallas Cowboy player has ever spoken and used the media against front office? I'm asking a real question. Maybe y'all know. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't ever remember that happening. I don't remember. This is a new precedent. Yeah. So let's be clear on what's really going on. A lot of people not gonna say it like I'm gonna say it, but let's be clear on what's really going on. Zack Martin is using the media for leverage. This usually happens the opposite. Usually, not just the Dallas Cowboys, but a lot of teams use the media to get their version of the story out. Happens all the time. It's very common. But very rarely with the Dallas Cowboys have you ever seen this. And I'm still waiting on somebody to tell me, when have we ever seen this? I might be missing it, but I can't remember one time where a player went to the media for leverage. Now, Zack Martin is obviously a unique character, right? Obviously, because he has the clout to do it. He has the consistency to do it. He has the skins on the wall to do it. But I've never seen this done. Ever. So this is the thing. When it's not done, and if I'm Jerry and Steven, my answer is, well, it ain't starting today. Nope. I don't honestly care how good you are. Yeah, I don't care how good you are. Like, it's a new precedent that he's trying to set. So let's talk about it real quick. Let's even look at it. Let's just take a look at it. And I want to go through this through common sense. I'm going to try to use my common sense on this. All right. So he said, through Adam Schefter. How does Adam Schefter get this? How does Adam Schefter know how Zack Martin is feeling? He knows because it was leaked to Adam. It was leaked to him. Details. This is a new precedent. It is. And see, this is why this is also dangerous. I want to look at it like this. And I'm being honest with everybody. I'm being very honest. Zack Martin did this during the season to where one of the first times our front office has been quiet. Like for the offseason, for this particular offseason, I have been saying this offseason, Jerry and Steven have not been moving like they have moved in the past. What was they doing when it was time for Zeke to get his money? Zeke who? Oh, y'all remember that? They was negotiating through the public, through the media. They not doing that this year. Right? Let me ask you a question. Have you heard them say anything about CeeDee Lamb? Have you heard them talk about him? Jerry's? Nope. Have you heard them mention Diggs? No. They have not said a word. They have been, for the first time, trying to get these deals done in silence. Yeah. Have you heard them, for contract leverage, negotiating against Steele? No. Have you heard them say anything negative about Biotish? No. Front office has been quiet. Then you got that. Back in the day, they used to... I always was negotiating in the public. Are they doing that now? Answer the question.
Oh, hell no.
And see, this is the thing. And I'm just telling y'all like I see it. This is why and I'm just being honest. I'm looking at it, I'm being fair. Like this is a battle, and I'm gonna be honest, this is about consistency versus hypocrisy. You hear me out. This is about consistency versus hypocrisy. What do you mean? So, how can I get angry back in the day when Jerry and Steven used to negotiate in the public and say, I wish they would just do like the other teams and handle this type of stuff in silence? But then Zack Martin do it and we cheer. Nah, that's not consistent. And if I'm gonna speak against when Jerry and Steven used to do it, I shouldn't be cool when Zack Martin did it. I'm just being honest. Because let me look at it from their perspective. I'm going to look at it from Jerry and Steven perspective. Okay? In terms of running a business. In terms of running a business and cap budgeting. I want y'all to hear me out. And you ain't got to agree with me. This is my opinion on this. You might totally, but if you see it different, I want to hear why. But see, when I look at it in its whole, if I look at this in its whole, what Zack Martin did coming out actually hurt the negotiation ability of Jerry as well as Steven. It hurt it. It is dangerous to what they have been accomplishing. Because yes, negotiations are ugly. It's like watching sausage making. It's ugly. Especially if it's public, it's ugly. There's no way to fight about millions and it's nice. It's impossible. You're not gonna fight over millions and it's pretty. But if I look at it in its total and its sum of what they've been doing, they have always been winning on these contracts. Now, hold on. I'm gonna explain this. Let me look at this super chat real quick. Came from Common Sense. My boy Common Sense said, this is a little kid throwing a tantrum in the store because he wants a toy, but dad said we got toys. Oh, wait. You said, we got toys at HM. What's HM? I need to know what that is, so I can fully understand that Common Sense. But going back to what I was saying, if I look at this in its total, right? The Dallas Cowboys have been exponentially winning on their contracts. So let's talk about what the Dallas Cowboys have been doing. And it's been working. They basically been, oh, I say home. Okay, my bad. Gotcha. So what they have been doing is they basically been selling everybody, and they've been telling everybody should take a haircut. Everybody. What's up, Ty? Good to see you. Miss Lockhart, good to see you. But they've been basically winning by saying everybody should take a haircut and get a haircut if you play for the Dallas Cowboys. Because the value of being the Dallas Cowboys is above other teams in terms of your exposure, in terms of what you can have in terms of career after football. All of that is true. So they have been basically successfully for years winning on the contracts greatly. How? They have been winning because all these athletes, Romo, Dez, T. Smith, Fredericks, Zach, Tank, all of them, all signed longer term contracts than their counterparts. Every one of them. Every one of them. Zeke did too, as well as Amari. Everybody except for Dak. Everybody else gave up their youth to be a Dallas Cowboy. Every one of them. So this is the danger to the Dallas Cowboys organization for what Zack Martin did. I want you, and that's why we're talking about precedent, okay, of what he's trying to do. So let's just say, let's just look at this list again, right? Let's look at this list. Here we go. Here's the list. Let's say the Dallas Cowboys was trying to wrap up Steele, right? And they getting ready to get Steele done. And Steele is literally getting ready to potentially sign, like the rest of his guys before him, a 6-year contract. Hear me out. Because Fredericks did it, Zach did it, T. Smith did a 8. So La'el Collins did a 5. Their counterparts generally do 4 years. And so let's say if you Terrence Steele and you getting ready to do this deal, they done negotiated you down to the line of training camp, and now they're like, all right, we getting ready to get it done. So then all of a sudden, somebody show up in the public. Zack Martin shows up and say, you know what? That 6-year deal that I signed ended up being a bad deal for me. I am now way under the market. But see, this is the thing. When he signed it, he was not. When he signed his contract, he was the highest paid left guard by far. But any contract compared 4 years later is going to be way less than the new market. So what he actually said is not new. Like, look at Mahomes. Let's think about it. Look at Mahomes. When he first signed that $500 million contract, everybody was like, wow. But now, Kyler Murray, on average, is receiving more than Mahomes. But it's because it's years later. The market always goes, well, except for COVID, but the market goes up. That's how the market works, you know, and it's even higher now. It's even higher now because of the television contracts. So Zack Martin basically just told Steele, if they was getting ready to close him, don't sign that. You gonna end up like me. That's the danger of Zack Martin coming out in the public with this and threatening to hold out. It's not just about Zack Martin's money. It's about how much money over time the Dallas Cowboys was able to keep in their cap by everybody taking longer term deals. So this just communicated to what I'm going to say is a better run blocker. It just communicated, hold up. You might want to double check that 6 years. Well, that's what Zack Martin did with his move. See, I'm going to tell you. Some people ain't going to tell you. I'm going to tell you the truth. And it will be straight up hypocrisy for Boss Cowboy to be angry when Stephen Jones and Jerry use the public in their negotiations, but then sit back like, but it's cool when they do it or when somebody else do it. No, it's not. Because guess what? Jerry and them was winning and have been winning for years. For years, they have been winning. So this is the deal. That's the biggest reason why they have to hold. The Dallas Cowboys front office must hold. I don't think they go hold, but I think they must hold. They have to protect the way they have been doing business because with their best players, it has been working. So if you allow Zack Martin to put pressure on you while already having a contract to get more, who's gonna stop the other group of youngsters that's coming up to also hold your feet to the fire? So if you allow, and I'm just keeping it real, if you allow Zack Martin to do this, you telling me Micah Parsons not next? You telling me CD not gonna be 3 years into his second contract doing good, balling out, and will say, you know what? I'm not showing up to training camp because I don't like my contract anymore. See, if you let one guy do it, you opening it up for precedent for other guys to do it next. Who's to say Steele won't come back 4 years into his contract and say, you know what? I saw Zack Martin get a raise just by saying a week before going into training camp, I don't like this, and then he went to Adam. So y'all think it's gonna stop? No, it wouldn't stop. If they allow Zack Martin to do this in the public, then that means you setting it up for other players in the future to do the same thing. So they gotta hold. I'm just being honest. They gotta hold. I don't think they go hold, but I think they should. I think they should. Another reason, and see, some of y'all ain't gonna ready for this, what I'm getting ready to say. Another reason, you bet not, in my opinion, you ain't gotta agree with me on this, but you bet not, in my opinion, allow Zack Martin to skip the line, especially with Steele and Diggs. You bet not. And it's not, and y'all hear me out, it's not because Zack Martin isn't better than them two. That's not my point. It's the positional value. I'm gonna say that again. It's the positional value. So let's not get goofy now. Let's not get silly. Which position is more valuable? Tackle or guard? Yeah. Come on now, let's not act like this hard. I know we love us some Zack Martin, and I do too. But if we talking about the business of football, what is first? Come on now. Let's get our feelings out of this. Let's just think about this. And when I think about that, I'm like, still, it's more valuable than Zack Martin. And he is. Yeah, in terms of play. So let me break this down even more because I tweeted about this. Zack Martin is critical to the Dallas Cowboys. So let me first start off by saying that. Yes, he is critical. But his desire for more should not come before steal and digs in the 2023 offseason. Position value and age are the main reasons I have my opinion. I'm going to say it again. The position value and age are the main reason I have my opinion. See, I'm not in my feelings on this. This is just business. It's just business. You know, and when I'm looking at this from business, nobody in their common sense, nobody, appreciate that cool cat. Hey y'all, listen y'all, listen. We can't let this happen. My brother, Cool Cat, who's a Philadelphia Eagles fan who hate the Cowboys, he said, I know full well Boss don't have only 43 likes. Y'all cannot let Philly hit the like before we do. Appreciate that, Cool Cat. For real. Because I'm being honest, and a lot of people see, because I know how this stuff works. See, it's easy to just go with the crowd. It's easy to tell people what they want to hear. You know what everybody want to hear? Just pay them. Come on, pay them. Wait. Let's think about that. Let's talk about that. All right, so my boy B Bird said that Joneses better drag him in the middle. Oh, wait. B Bird. Let me read this. B Bird say the Joneses better drag him in the middle like they did Dez, Dak, D-Law, and Zeke. Martin is underpaid, but I care more about how the front office handle this. I'm watching this too, B-Bird. I'm watching this. And we gonna talk about how I believe they should handle this. Okay. But good point. Good point. But see, let's just talk. But we just talking real now. It's the positional value, man. And listen, like I said, this is also about consistency versus hypocrisy. Hear me out. This is about consistency versus hypocrisy. So this is the deal. I said in 2021, hear me out. I said in 2021 that Steele was better than Zack Martin. Some people caught up to it in 2022. I was saying it and proving it in 2021, where I was showing them side by side, and I was showing the push that both of those guys was getting. And the person that was consistently getting the most push and first off the ball was Steele. I was saying that in 2021. So if I'm consistent, why would I just be like, oh yeah, go ahead and skip Steele? Is that consistent or is that hypocrisy? Because I really, and some of y'all do too, Some of y'all have finally come around and start admitting that Steele gets way better run push than Zack Martin. So don't jump over to hypocrisy because Zack Martin is a 6-time All-Pro. Stay consistent. What do you really see? And if you really see like how I see it, and this is no slight against Zack Martin. In my opinion, the person that gets the most push out of all of them boys is Steele. So why would I be for Zack Martin skipping over Steele? Now, if I'm being consistent to my previous opinions, well, if that's my opinion, which it is, then get in the back of the line. Listen, man, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. I'm not none of these players' fans. Like, in terms of what's first. The first things first that I should be for if what's for the betterment of the organization. Do I want to cheat the players? No. Never. I want them to always be treated fairly. But when it comes down to right being right and first being first, I ain't gonna play with this. Steele should become over Zack Martin right now. And I'ma say it. I ain't scared to say it. I'ma stick my chest out and say it right now. Anything else is fake news and woo.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.
So yeah, I'm just giving y'all the reasons. Oh man, my boy Rome in the house. What's up, Roman? Rome. Yeah, man, I'm glad to be back. This one actually got me back earlier than I wanted to, but I had, you know how it is, Rome, when it's burning, you know how it is with that content burning in your soul. You like, I gotta say what's on my mind. Yeah, man, good to be back, Rome. And y'all make sure y'all support the homie, man. The boy doing great work over there. All the time, for real. Yeah. So, but yeah, man, just giving my thoughts on, and I'm trying to be fair about this, man. I'm just trying to be fair about this. So, this is another thing I'm gonna say. Zack Martin is not the first to get done bad because of the deal he signed. Let's look at Tyron Smith, who signed his deal in 2014. And I did a whole video on this. Y'all gotta check that video out. It's an old video, but you gotta find it. Cause before I start breaking it down, let me go to this real quick, where I talked about this in detail. I did a video about Dak. And the video said Dak Prescott doesn't want to turn into the next Tyron Smith. This is when Dak was fighting for his money. Okay? So that's what I put down there. Alright? Because this is what happened to Tyron Smith when he did his 8-year contract. He signed it in 2014. Okay? Now, by 2018, who was better out of Nate Soldier and Tyron Smith? Even in 2018, hear me out. Who was better? Stargazer in the building. What's up, Stargazer? Real quick. She said, Steele is an example. They show the lineman when it comes to elite. Get off, not Zach. Also, last time cornerback, hold on real quick, got interceptions like this. It was like walls in the 90s. Exactly, Star. Yeah, I'm just being honest. As much as I respect, and I do greatly respect Zack Martin. It's like, come on now. Tough, reliable, consistent leader. You can't take nothing away from Zack Martin, and none of us are. But we actually just being honest about the business of football. And this is what we're discussing. So, but let's just ask this question. Who was better in 2018 between Tyron Smith and Nate? Who would you take in 2018 between Tyron Smith and Nate? All of us, even with the injury history, would say in 2018, Tyron Smith, without blinking. So let me ask you a question. Who was better with Ronnie versus Tyron Smith in 2020? All of us, without a shadow of a doubt, still, even in 2020, would have still said Tyron Smith. All of us. But let's look at the money difference. Let's look at the money difference. Let's just look at it. So the average per year, because Tyron signed his contract in 2014, was $12.2 million. You telling me Ronnie was $7 million better than Tyron Smith?
Oh, hell no.
Did Tyron Smith go to Adam Schefter or his agent and say, hey, I'm way under market. I'm not showing up to training camp?
Oh, hell no.
Laramie Tunsil, $22 million on average per year in 2020. $10 million higher than Tyron Smith. That is and was a major insult.
Oh, hell no.
Did Tyron Smith say in 2020, man, hold up, I'm way under these guys? Nope. Nope. He did not. Cause see, this is the deal. Zack Martin, he rocking with the leverage that he has. And he does have leverage. Isn't it funny? Madden come out and say, he's one of the first guards since Larry Allen that got a 99 on Madden. And they talked about that now the stores are fully stocked with Zack Martin jerseys. So the day Zack Martin get a 99 rating is the day he come out and say, I'm considering not showing up. Okay. Dallas, you can't go for it. I'm going to be honest. You know what Dallas should do? Dallas should be like, all right, don't show up. Don't show up. Yeah. In my opinion, especially when you saying considering, like this the key word, considering. Oh, no, bro. I need you to be definite in what you're saying. I'm considering, he's considering not showing up. Well, okay, yeah. Because this is the thing. I think Jerry and Steven actually have the leverage on this one. I'm being honest. Even though Zack Martin has good leverage, I think they have more. Because see, Zack Martin, this is the thing. Do you really think Zack Martin want to be known as the player who didn't show up to training camp to get more money? Nah. Because see, right now people cool with that. But this is one thing about Dallas Cowboy Nation, and I'm being honest. Over time, we will show you that we love this team over any individual. So if the Cowboy fans sitting back watching him hold out, do you think that love that we have for him is gonna just remain? No. No. As much as we all love him, if we over here like, wait, you holding out for more when Steele is an undrafted free agent trying to get his first? Diggs was a second rounder trying to get his first main contract? Them guys wasn't first rounders. Tyler Biadasz was what, in the fourth round? So you already a multi-millionaire, Zach, and you jumping guys who trying to get their first one? See, okay. See, some of us cool with that right now. But over time, boys gonna be like, bro, man, hold on, bro. You missed all the training camp because you wanted more? Tyron Smith didn't do that. Whether it's fair or not, he did not do it. And people gonna start being like, wait, hold on. So really, in my opinion, Steven and Jerry just need to wait this out. I don't think they need to do nothing. Wait. Because I know it's a whole lot of people sitting back like, pay him. My boy C say, that ain't Zach's fault though, boss. Explain what you mean, C. I need to understand what you mean by that. Because I do think it is his fault. It is his fault to me. This is why Zack Martin fault to me. See, you being tough now after you're 33. See, we needed you to be tough on getting your money 4 years ago. That's when we needed you to be tough. See, Dak took bullets for his contract now. See, Dak didn't sign a 6-year contract and then 4 years from that he said, man, hold on. I'm under Kyler Murray. Daniel Jones getting paid what I get paid. So y'all telling me that y'all really want to start this precedent to where people like Dak can just be like, I ain't showing up until you pay me like Hurts. Do y'all want that? No, you don't. Trust me. No, you don't. Because this could run wild if they don't get this under control. Yeah. If Zack Martin just go out there and threat, and he threatened them, and they just bend. You don't think these other players go say, so that's how you get paid here? So if you want to raise, ball out, which Zack Martin have done, ball out, be consistent. If you give 4 years of consistent quality play, then you can hold them hostage. Nah, none of us should want that. For real. As Cowboy fans. I'm just being honest. So this is the last thing I'm gonna say. If they was to pay Zack Martin, it's a way to do it. So how do you do it if you do it? Well, if you go do it, he better not be first. Number one. Because if you do it to where you make him first, you just created a dangerous precedent. He better not be first. And I don't mean because he don't deserve it. See, don't mix my words. Don't mix my words. Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. None of this is not saying he's not valuable to us. We just talking about this from a, in my opinion, bigger picture. And see, let me give y'all my background too, just a little bit. I'm not just talking out my butt on this. I actually have an advanced sales certificate from the University of Houston, which is on a level of a degree. Partially, one of the main things we had to do in that program was negotiations and the strategy of negotiations. And I just didn't learn it from theory. I had to actually do it from implementing this stuff. This is one of the reasons I became the #1 salesperson at a Fortune 100 company, is because I do understand the principles of negotiations. And precedent is important when you're talking about negotiations. It is. Hold on. He said, boss, good work at SportsCon. Keep up the good work, bro. Man, I appreciate that, bro. Yeah, SportsCon was off the chain. I really appreciate that. I rock. Oh, that's $50. Man, hold on. Let me read that again slow. Wait, let me read that slower. He said, "Boss, good work at SportsCon. Keep up the work, bro. Man, I rock. Greatly appreciate that. I didn't even see that with $50. Thank you, dog. I appreciate it, man. And you know, I love this, so it ain't even work. To be honest, it's never work. It's only work when I'm doing other things outside of this. This ain't work. But I appreciate that, I rock. But if they was to do it to me, they need to string him along. They need to make him sweat. If they bend and make him the first out of all the dudes that's waiting, that's a bad precedent. And that goes against all the training that I ever received on negotiations. So that's why when we was debating this on the final word, I was like, pay him now? Like, wait, you gonna just pay him because he made a threat? No. We gotta at least play the game of chicken for some time, right? Because you know how the game of chicken work. We driving at each other. The first person that get out the way lose, right? He just started the game. And I'm getting out the way? Oh, Zack Martin, man, pay him. Nah. Especially how he did it. The fact that he went into the public. Oh, I gotta make you wait now. I might have did it. See, to me, Zack Martin this would have been better if Zack Martin just didn't show up. And just kept this private. Like, and then they say, and then they would have been putting out, Zack Martin didn't show up. He's dealing with something little. They would have been trying to play it off, but the whole time he should have just been silently protesting. Silently. Not putting it in the public. Just like we don't like it when Steven and Jerry do it. I think Zack messed up when he did it. Going to Adam? So how many of y'all said, I got this from a lot of people. God damn. How many people said this? Man, this offseason was going good. It was quiet. The first person that made noise was Zack Martin? No, front office, you can't let him do that. I'm sorry, you can't. You can't. Because it's gonna keep coming back with every great athlete. Because Zack Martin will not be the last great athlete to play for the Dallas Cowboys. It will be another Zack Martin in some form. It will be another Witten in some form. They cannot allow it. So if they go, hold on real quick. Let me read this super chat. He said, "Boss, you were right last night on the final word. You got to make them sweat." Yeah, you got to make them sweat. Because I do think they go pay him, B-Bird. I do. I think they are go pay him. And I'm going to tell you the main reasons I think they go pay him. I said this last night. Because honestly, I think Jerry and Steven respect hard-nosed businessmen. I think they like you more when you stand up for yourself and you play tough. I'm being honest. Jerry and Steven don't like simps. Can I say it like that? They don't like betas. They like alphas. Yeah, the history shows that they like alphas. They do not like betas. If you lay down, they won't respect you. Think about it. And I said this last night, but I'm going to put more meat on this bone. Who was the first to get paid when Tank was waiting to get paid? Amari was waiting to get paid. Dak was waiting to get paid. And Zeke. Who was the first to get paid? Tank. Why? Because Tank was tough and they respected it. Tank said, okay, y'all tagged me once. I was quiet. You're not gonna tag me twice. Oh, they tagged him again. He said, okay, all right, this how I'm gonna play it because I see how y'all playing. Since you playing it like that, this surgery that you know I need to have on my shoulder, I'm not having it until my contract done. Who got done first? Tank. Why? Because they respected his toughness, didn't it? Tell the truth. They respected the hardball tactic. They respected it. They did. They respect you when you tough. Let's talk about Tank again. What happened when they tried to do this good cop, bad cop thing? Remember? Stephen Jones went to Tank and he was like, we want you to take it. I forgot the number, but it was something insulting. And Tank told him, man, I earned that money. So guess who showed up to close the deal? Because Tank was still being tough. Last year, Jerry as the good cop. And he said, pay him. Yeah. See, I guarantee you, Jerry and Steven, they looked at what Zack Martin was doing, they laughed at it like, ooh, I see you, Zack. They not mad at Zack. I guarantee they looked at him like, ooh, boy, this boy is tough. They respect it. That's why I do think he gonna get paid. But if you doing it right, don't do him first. Make him sweat. You got to. I'm just being honest. See, do y'all want me to give you content that's honest or do you want me to BS you? So let me give you another example. Who did they drag through the mud to get paid? Who did they drag through the mud? It's obvious. Dak Prescott. Mr. Good Guy finished last. Why? He never talked in the public. He never fought back. He never held out. He never did any of that stuff that get guys paid. And so who was paid last? Dak. They don't respect that stuff, man. I'm just being honest. That's why I do believe Zack Martin will get paid from this tactic. I do. And I believe they respect it. I believe they looking back like, okay, I see you. You know your worth. That's what they looking at with Zack Martin. I guarantee they not mad at him. They looking at him like, good move. Good move. You did this when you was featured on Madden with 99. You waited until we was getting ready to go into training camp, meaning, and our history shows that we get a lot of deals done going into training camp. So he skipped that. This was very, very savvy by Zack Martin. It was savvy timing, tough. Now, in terms of sticking it to the man, oh yeah, man, Zack Martin, I be like, I gotta say, you a real one for this. And put this in the public, man, you are a G. That boy Zack Martin went to the public. So if you go do it, you got to do it right. Because I think they go do it. Because history shows what? They respect tough guys. I said this on the final word with Romo. How did they really know Romo was a franchise quarterback? Do y'all remember the story? Do y'all remember the story? Because I can tell you the story of what happened. What happened with Romo is they was intentionally trying not to show him in preseason because Bill Parcells was becoming a believer that Romo was a franchise quarterback. But the ultimate test was how he handled his contract situation. So Bill Parcells said him and Jerry put him in an itty-bitty room that was almost the size of a closet. They was sitting so close to him, they say their knees was touching. They basically created a pressure situation to try to get Romo to come in cheap. This is all facts. This is history. So imagine Jerry and Steven so close to you that y'all touching knees and they put a contract in your face and say, and they said this to him. This is what Bill Parcells said. He said, I ain't gonna be able to play you this last preseason game because then everybody gonna know what you're about and we gonna mess around and lose you. So you need to sign this contract right now or you not playing. Romo, under pressure, looked at that contract like a grown man. He said, nah, I ain't signing this. Now, keep in mind, they right next to him. They right next to him. So he looked at that contract. He said, nah, I ain't signing that. He said, listen, y'all come back with a number that shows me that y'all really believe in me as a franchise quarterback, because this number does not reflect investment into me and belief into me. They right beside him. They leave the room, come back within 5 minutes with a whole new contract. And a bigger number. Then Romo signs it. Now, the key part was what Bill Parcells said after he signed it. This is the key part. He said, Jerry, look, we got us a franchise quarterback. He wasn't talking about that he signed it. He was talking about how he handled the pressure. Bill and Jerry Jones respected the toughness of Romo, willing to sit there under pressure with his head coach and his owner right beside him. Nobody knows who you are. You are an undrafted practice squad quarterback, but had the balls to look them right in their face and say, oh, hell no.
Oh, hell no.
And they respected it. So yeah, I do think that same thing getting ready to happen with Zack Martin. I think the pattern is going to be consistent. I think they do respect what he's doing. But if I'm looking at for the Cowboys, it's the how. Don't do him first. Because if you do him first, if you don't make him sweat, if you don't even allow him to not show up, if you just go ahead and take that bluff, you created a dangerous precedent that can hurt you for years to come. Because again, Zack Martin will not be the last great player that put that star on his helmet.
Oh, hell no.
It will be others. So you cannot. Listen, that's why I named this Dallas Cowboys front office must hold the line against Zack Martin. Does he deserve it? Yes. Should he be the highest paid? Yes. Is his leadership impeccable? Yes. Is he tough as nails? Yes. Is he durable as hell? Yes. Is he gonna be a first ballot Hall of Famer? Yes. Is he very athletic? Yes. Is he a dog? Yes. Is he tough? Yes. Does he have the privilege to speak his mind? Yes. Should he be first? Hell no. So yeah, man, y'all stay with your boy Boss Cowboy Sports, where your voice matter. I already know some people gonna hate this, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say. This is the last thing that I'm gonna say, man. Don't fall for the clout chasers. Because see, I know what I'm saying is unpopular. I know it's some people that greatly love Zack Martin, and they're going to use what I'm saying to try to get clout. It's going to be some sneak dissing that's going to happen from other YouTubers and podcasters. Trust me, because I see this all the time. Whenever me or the OC, we step out and we speak bold of what we believe to be right, even when it's unpopular, it's always a wave of clout chasers who try to make us look bad because they know we saying something that a lot of people don't want to hear. But when you in this for the right reasons, you go do it anyway. But y'all can't fall for it. You got to see through it. Whether you agree with me or not, you got to know that every time I'm turning on this camera and I'm streaming, I'm doing my best to tell y'all what's true and what's real based on how I see it. So yeah, it's gonna be some clout chasers. Trust me, I see it all the time. I saw it so many times when I was speaking against Kellen Moore. It was a whole lot of people using me being honest against Kellen Moore as a reason to try to make this channel look bad. And the whole time they was fake news.
You are fake news.
The entire time.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen.
So when I'm being honest on the dangers of what just happened, because this president is dangerous. To the future, it's okay for right now. But if they freeze and they panic and they just jump and pay him because he sent out a vague threat, you don't think Michael Parsons gonna take notes on that? Come on now. We don't want none of these players easily and openly signing the contract, changing their mind, turning around 3 years later and saying, nah, I want more, or I'm gonna hold y'all hostage. Yeah, see, it's a reason why America always say we don't negotiate with terrorists. Am I calling Zack Martin a terrorist? No, but the metaphor is the same. That if you go to Adam Scheffner and you talking about, in quotes, I'm woefully underpaid relative to the market, oh, then yeah. Then nah, I can't negotiate with you. Not first. You now put yourself close to last, because I can't let you set that precedent. So be very careful. When people like me trying to be honest and tell you the truth, don't fall for these clout chasers, because trust me, they coming. It's they ghost listening right now, because that's what they do. They ghost listening, they listening, and then they go turn around, they go start tweeting. It's gonna be quotes from this show where you know they talking against me based on what I said, because they ready to just go pull down their pants and just let Zack Martin have it. Oh, he complained? Give him the money. Oh, no. That goes against all my training in the negotiations. You never just take the first deal. Never. Never. Okay, so Zack Martin want to play chicken? Okay, let's play chicken. Yeah. Oh, let's play chicken. So some of y'all thought I was maybe go come out and start hating on Steven and Jerry. Nope. Because see, this time, this offseason, they have been doing a wonderful job of all of these negotiations. They have been quiet. And I'm proud of them for that. How many years have we been like, damn, I wish they shut up? Why do you gotta throw your best players under the bus for a contract? Why did you have to go out there and say, Tank is not no Khalil Mack, and you did all that and paid him anyway. You did all that public negotiations against Dak and you paid him anyway. You did all that Zeke and you paid him anyway. This year, this offseason, they are quiet, and I'm proud of them. Let me clap it up for them, too. Let me hit this button one more time. Let's go. Come on now. Come on, button. Work. I'm going to clap it up for them Joneses on this one. My clap button tripping. So I'm going to hit this one. There it is. Woo. I'm very proud of them Joneses. See, because let me tell you the main reasons I'm proud of them Joneses. I want y'all to understand that they get a lot of money from publicity. Ooh, they get paid millions on publicity. Why do you think they milked the hell out of that Odell Beckham? They knew the whole time that Odell Beckham wasn't gonna work. They knew the entire time, but they milked it for all kind of publicity because they get paid off that. That exposure that they get, always in the headlines. This offseason, they did not take the bait of publicity money on their own guys. So like I said, and I mean this comes down to consistency versus hypocrisy. So if I'm being consistent before I close this thing out, if I'm being consistent, I can't be over here like, I wish they shut up, but then clap and be like, Zack Martin. Even though I am proud of him, because this took some balls. Like this, it's like, damn, you went against front office through the media. What? Zack Martin, you got you some balls. But if I'm being consistent, I say the same thing to him. I wish you would have also handled this quiet. I wish you would have just held out quietly. I just wish you just didn't even show up. And then we all wondering, what's going on? See, because they would have known. They would have known, oh, he holding out. But when he put out in the public, somebody, my boy J-Rod say, boss, what's our Super Bowl window? I think we got about a 4-year window right now. I think we got a 4 to 5 year window right now. I'm concerned about coaches changing next year if we don't go deep in the playoffs. But based on talent, I think we got about a 4 or 5 years worth of talent. Think about it. I'm just answering a question real quick from my boy J-Rod. Just think about it. Our whole D is young. Dak is not even into his second contract. CeeDee Lamb ain't even got his first contract. And then our tackles finna be very young. After Zack Martin and T. Smith, that whole offensive line getting ready to be young. So Dallas, for the last 3 years, has had one of the youngest teams in football, if not the youngest. So if you got a young team going 12-5 twice, yeah, you should be able to get multiple cracks at it. Just to answer that question. But real quick, I also want to talk about what's getting ready to happen too. Tonight, we have Brandon Tucker coming in from Trench Warfare. That's gonna be dope. I can't wait. I can't wait for that because obviously he doing a lot of work with Osa, Gallimore, and a lot of other guys. He is one of the best Trench Warfare trainers, not even in DFW, in America. When you look at the quality of guys that he trains, and then he gonna be able to give us an update on our guys, I'm excited about that. So y'all make sure y'all come back tonight for another final word at 8 o'clock. But on this one, I want to give y'all my thoughts on this dilemma, because it is a dilemma. And yeah, I've been out of pocket for a little while because all of us deserve a break. Because this is hard work. I know sometimes we make it look easy, but hey, streaming is not easy. There's a lot of technical issues. It's a lot of money involved. It's a lot of research. It's a lot, right? And if we don't take a break now, usually, and once training camps start, none of us go stop until maybe February. So yes, I did take a small little break, but I'm back now. Your boy Boss is back. And I'm keeping my eye on this stuff like I always do. And this is what I'm telling y'all, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. The Dallas Cowboys front office must hold the line against Zack Martin. Let's go.